Has something like this happened to you too? Maybe you're making dinner, you didn't get a great night of sleep the previous night, the kids are fighting, the dogs are barking, the pasta pot starts boiling over, and somebody, I'm sure out of love and helpfulness, says, you really need to reduce your stress. Like, thanks, right? How am I supposed to do that? Well, today I wanted to offer you 3 easy and natural ideas to reduce your stress. And I am talking easy because I'm a mom of 5. I don't always have like a ton of time for self-care. Sometimes it feels like I have 2 minutes in one day for self-care. Hopefully you have a tiny bit more, but most of these can be done in under 10 minutes. And so let me introduce myself. Hey, my name is Kate Wood. I am a Christian life coach. I'm an emotional intelligence coach. I'm also a health coach and a personal trainer. And I love helping women overcome overwhelm, reduce their stress, and live a more authentic and joyful life. Sounds good, right? And that's what I love helping women do. And that's exactly what I do for my clients. So let's hop right into the 3 tactics, right? And I hope you try all of them, but at least one, maybe even this week, okay? I dare you to do it. Write it in your calendar. That's going to make it much more likely that you do it, right? We can have all these lovely ideas and information in our head, but we need the rubber to meet the road and we actually do it. So here's the first one, Epsom Salt Baths. And I used to hate baths. My husband would be like, I bought you beautiful bath salts and why don't you go take a bath? Because he knew I was overdone. I just didn't like it. And now I've tried it a few more times and I really do. I don't know what has changed. I often pray in the bathtub. I'll listen to special music to help me relax and it really does the trick. So the Epsom salt bath gives you some of that magnesium that you can absorb into your skin. It also helps you to detox. And if you know anything about magnesium, it helps you to kind of calm down. And that is great. It's also amazing for muscle aches. It helps you with sleep. It helps you with concentration. Who doesn't need that? I know I do. So they recommend 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt in your bath. Let it dissolve first. Otherwise, you'll sit down and it's kind of crunchy, and that's not a good feeling. 12 to 15 minutes can have amazing results. I know sometimes my knee nags at me. An Epsom salt bath makes me feel better, at least temporarily on that knee, but definitely mentally, spiritually, because I'm praying my head off in the bath. Sometimes emotionally, I notice emotions will kind of come up and I'm able to just kind of sit with them and release them in a calm environment. Because when I'm in the bath, my family knows not to barge in and ask me 80 questions. If you have like a 2-year-old, you may not have that. Ask your spouse or somebody safe to watch your kids so you can actually lock the door and enjoy your bath in peace, right? Another one is grounding. You're going to be like, this sounds so weird. It really does work. I dare you to try it. Do you ever notice if you're at the beach and you normally would take your shoes off so you don't get sand all in your shoes, right? And you're walking, just that calmness. Now there's different reasons for it, right? You're outside. When you're physically in contact with the earth, there's a whole bunch of benefits. Reduces anxiety and stress, and that tactileness of your bare skin, like the bottoms of your feet touching the earth. It could be sand, it could be grass, it could be dirt. It helps you connect with the present moment. And so it also can kind of help you connect with your current state. If you have trouble connecting with your emotions or your physical body, this would be a great thing to try. Again, it's nothing fancy. 5 to 10 minutes is great. If you don't have that, try for 3. One trick that I had tried is I would take a walk in my neighborhood, and then before I went back into the crazy of my house, I would go into the side yard where no one's going to see me and come be like, Mom, help me with this. I need that. And I love my kids, but sometimes you just need a break, like a mental break. So I'd sit on the side of the house, I'd take my shoes and socks off and just stick my feet in the dirt, not rubbing it around. I'm not a huge dirt person. And if you're not either, and this sounds terrible to you, I would still dare you to give it a try. When I go inside, I get a wipe. I wipe off my feet. It's all good. I know we are headed into yucky, long winter here at the time of this filming. And so I looked up alternatives to grounding outside. And what I found was something called touch-based grounding. And so you can hold. It doesn't really matter what you have. If you have a rock that you like, my kids always pick up rocks on vacation or at the beach. Maybe it's a shell. Maybe it's a piece of fabric that you love the feeling of. Anything like that, again, at tactile, helps you to focus on the present, focus in. I would maybe close my eyes just to really get into the sense of it. If you're looking all around and the TV's on, it's not going to be as effective effective. Really like feel what it feels like. Again, bringing you into the present moment. You may notice you kind of do this naturally. Like if you're upset, you may go to pet your dog. It's kind of a similar type of thing. Some of us are very tactile. You may have noticed that about certain of your kids. So that's an alternative if it's like snowing and horrible. I'm not going to stick my feet in the snow or dig out a patch to put my feet on frozen ground. That's just not me. Others of you love that type of a thing, but I'm going to grab me something and hold on to it. All right. And number 3 is nature walks. And I know, again, this is an outside thing. And I never considered myself an outdoorsy person. My husband's like, come on, let's go hike. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But there's like bugs and it's hot or it's cold. So if you're not super outdoorsy, I get it. But there is tremendous value in getting outside. The fresh air, especially in wintertime, you're breathing that same air all the time. We want to get outside. There's benefit to your eyes looking farther in the distance. When we're at home all the time in confined spaces, we're like this far from our computer screen or our phone. Our eyes work a certain way, but when we look far into the distance, like you will when you're outside, hopefully you're not just staring at your feet, right? That's beneficial to your eyes and to your brain. Getting out in the sunshine, or very weak sunshine, if you live up north where I do, it helps balance out your circadian rhythms, which is so important for sleep. So if you're like, Kate, but it's getting wintertime and we have daylight savings time here and it feels like it's dark at like 2 p.m. I used to actually live in Iceland where it was dark at 2 p.m., but it's not dark at 2 p.m. probably where you are. Invest in some warm weather gear. It's not going to cost you that much. Nobody likes to be cold, so pile on the layers and take care of yourself in that way so you can actually enjoy it. I actually bought my husband this hat. I found it on Amazon. It has a light, like an LED light that you just click, and it gives you some visibility. So I really enjoy that. And often I get to wear the light hat and my husband doesn't have to wear it and look like a nerd, but I don't really care. Just make sure if you're out in dark that it's safe. You might want to have like a reflective belt. I would really actually highly recommend that. I've seen other ones like a crisscross light vest. That's amazing. It makes me really nervous, like at twilight or at night when dog walkers are out and they're in black coats, and I'm like you see them at the last minute because you just don't expect them to be there. So obviously, like, be safe. Hopefully you can walk in the morning or sometime amazing when it's beautiful and you don't have to worry about these things, but some of us do. So I wanted to take away any mental or physical barriers to you actually getting outside. I was thinking this morning, I was listening to bird sounds on my phone, relaxing bird sounds. And I'm like, that's cool, like when I have to be inside, but how much more effective if you're actually outside hearing the actual thing, right? Not too many birds out this time of year for us, but just the rustling of the wind, right? The sound of your feet on the concrete or the grass or the trail. All of that I believe is meditative. I think it's good for your heart, mind, spirit. It's good for you. And these cost hardly any money. Epsom salt is super cheap. You'll find it at any grocery store. And grounding, totally free, right? And nature walks, also free. You may have to buy a little bit of gear to get you going if you can't walk in the bright sunshine, but I wanted to offer you ideas that were really easy, didn't cost a lot of money, and don't take a lot of time. These types of things you can work into your daily life, and that's what I love about these things. And I've tried all these things and they're very effective, so I'm not going to mention a bunch of nonsense that doesn't work. I don't want you to have to troubleshoot 18 different things when these might be just what the doctor ordered. I'm not a doctor. This might be just what the health coach ordered. I am a health coach. Okay, we can go with that. So I dare you to try one of these. Drop it in the comments if you do and tell me if you liked it. Did you come out calmer? Did you sleep better? Could you think more clearly? And those are all beautiful things that we want to do. So the next time someone tells you like, well, you should just reduce your stress, you'd be like, yep, I'm taking a bath later. Thanks. Right? Or, I'm going to go outside and stick my feet in the dirt. How about you stir the pasta pot and deal with the fighting kids? Check out the show notes. You can get my newsletter for free. You need that weekly encouragement and fresh ideas. So go ahead and grab that. Please subscribe to the channel and have a great day.